guys, what's up? How's it going? This is Easy Drawings, and today we're gonna go over how to draw Iron Man's helmet. It's gonna be very simple, step-by-step tutorial, and I think you're gonna like it. And if you're a beginner, if you've never drawn in your life, even better. So I'm gonna be using a mechanical pencil, and I'm gonna be using a Faber-Castell PITT artist pen, big brush. I'll probably link it in the description, but just any thin marker or thick pen will do. So let's get going. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna draw a circle for Iron Man's skull. Then I'm gonna draw a straight line down. Hopefully you can kind of see this. I know it's really thin. It's really thin with this. If you want, I could actually switch pencils to a thicker pencil. Yeah, so I'm gonna switch to this one. Just a regular pencil here, and I'm gonna draw pretty dark. And what I'll do is I'll put a paper over it. So you're starting with this, and this is the cranial section of the skull. When you look at the skull again carries the brain. So the big mistake people make is they make the head too small. It's a very common mistake. Then I'm gonna pull down on both sides. Try to do this thicker than normal so that you can see it. And then it's gonna hit the angle of the lower jaw. And then it's gonna kind of peek out at the at the chin. So he's gonna be aiming downward. I'm gonna throw his eye line here, very lower, almost halfway down his head. And I'm gonna draw his eyes in. I'm not actually gonna draw them in. I'm gonna shade them in. And this is only placement. All I'm doing right now is finding placement, because I'm gonna throw another sheet of paper over this and go over it with the Faber-Castell that I was talking about. Finding that kind of widow's peak of a mask he has. He also has that widow's peak look. And it's gonna kind of round out at the top. Mouth is gonna be toward the bottom. And so what I'm gonna do at this point, now that I drew the shapes, right? What I really want is the foundation. I want to know the placement before I go into anything permanent. I'm gonna throw another sheet of paper over this, and just to keep in mind, this is regular printing paper. This is 8.5 by 11 printing paper, normal one. You can just buy anywhere at the store. So I'm gonna be using this Faber-Castell, and I'm gonna go into the eye area. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in, draw a thick line across, go outward a little bit on the eyes, pulling in, pulling in on that side as well, pulling up, just like a regular eye socket, except it's gonna connect here in the center. I'm gonna deepen the darkness around the outside, but just kind of leave that in for his eyes. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna draw a line straight down, which is actually the line of his mask. It's gonna be relatively thin as I can make it at least. And that's gonna go from the side of his cheekbone down all the way to his mask. Draw a little angle here, and then I'm gonna draw another straight line right across, thick line. And that's gonna be for, like I said, the underside of his mask, where his mouth is, where it kind of, pulls up to expose his face. Then I'm gonna throw a straight line downward from the side, downward from the side. Pulling in, across. Downward. Line toward the bottom of the mask, and then that's going to have a little bit of a latch on itself, just a small little lever upward. So what you're doing is it's almost like you're drawing planes of a regular face, but without the features on it, and like I said, hard metallic metal. But it's very similar to that, just like the planes of the face. Pulling up into that skull area, and I'm going to pull straight line upward. Straight line upward. Pulling that curve toward the top of the cranium. Pulling in. Pulling in. Pulling up. Kind of in the mentalis section. I'm going to find the original line. I can kind of see through the paper. That was the point of that for the placement. Draw a straight line there. Straight line downward. Straight line downward on that side. And again, it's going to have that widow's peak thing. So. That widow's peak look. Then I draw a straight line upward from that, center of that. Cross. So I'm also going to look into the latch of the mask down here because the sides were also very visible. Gonna pull that same shape over there. And that's pretty much it. That is Iron Man's mask. What you can do is throw maybe a thicker line around it since it's just the head. Yeah, that's Iron Man's mask. I could also maybe make the mouth a little bit thicker to make it more obvious. I appreciate you watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you're a Marvel fan. I want to ask you, what is your favorite Marvel character? My personal Marvel favorite character literally is Iron Man. It's the first character that really got me into it. It was the first movie, right? The first big movie anyway, that started the Marvel Universe. And that's pretty much it. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate it. Answer that question in the comments below. And if you enjoyed that, if you found it relatively easy, hit that like button. And also give me some ideas on what are the characters you want to see drawn. One more announcement at the very end. Also, I have a Patreon. Become a patron, and you can see for $1, you can see all the private stuff and private projects I have going on in my life, and all the art stuff that I have constantly going on. I'm constantly drawing, doing jobs, doing commissions, and I don't post most of it. So I do post it on my Patreon though. For $1, you can check that out. If you do enjoy my drawing. And every now and then I will throw a tutorial on there that I don't throw anywhere else. That's $1. For $2, you get an ebook on one of the most important things you can possibly view or learn. It is the instructional tutorial on how to draw a skull. So a skull is one of those deceptively simple things, but it is the most important thing in portraiture. It's actually extremely important here. It's important in cartoons and everything, because the skull dictates how the features of the face will look, and they have what do you call it, landmarks on every portrait. Even cartoons sometimes have it as well. A landmark meaning something that's close to the surface. So if you look at your brow line on your face, that's dictated by the skull underneath, the hard part, your brow, right? Your eyebrow, like that area, how it's shaped. Same thing to do with your chin, your jaw, aspects of your cheekbones, depending on your body fat. And that starts with the skull. Same thing with the top of the nose, So the skull is massively important. You have to learn that to really learn caricatures, cartoons, how to exaggerate features, learning portraits, any of that stuff. Comic books, they all know the skull. Jim Lee, Alex Ross, all of them know the skull inside and out. And it is also one of the biggest, when people start learning, they make huge errors in doing it, and it looks embarrassing. And so I made this ebook to avoid all that. So the ebook is, I believe, about 10 pages or so, and it talks about it's a how-to, but it also goes over the most common mistakes that new people make. Don't make them, because people make them and they have them for years. For years they have them. So that's a $2 ebook. When you join Patreon, become a patron for $2 a month. I will, you can just do it once, and then boom, you get that ebook instantly. So if you want to do that, click the link below. And also there's more goodies as well. You can become a student, etc. But that's all on the page. Click the link below, or I'm going to put it on the top right corner, and check that out. See if you're interested. That's it, guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate everything you're doing. Watching the videos. You've been really supportive over the years. There's a massive upgrade coming to the channel. I'm gonna kind of rebrand it a little bit. I'm gonna connect it to some other channels I have as well. So, talk to you guys very soon about that.